2 heroes from BTK. The Phobius and the Eve are countered, and now the Matilda as well. 3 heroes that are really bad against someone like the Esmeralda, but let's see how they top it off with what are they gonna go for. They are already removing that Matilda from the hands of EVOS Singapore. No flying octopus or squid right now. We will see what happens as BTK will round up their draft with most probably the gold lane pick here in the final second. So far, looking at both of these drafts, we see that a lot of the heroes have been picked, but it's going to be the Cho picked up for the side of BTK, so still staying true to their first game, right? Staying to the same strategy. They want those offlaners.
There's a choice for EVOS SG to go for the Beatrix in the gold lane or maybe in the mid lane, which means that this last pick will reveal what their choice will be. I'm inclined towards something along the lines of a Lilia for EVOS, as it is good when it comes to just dealing the burst damage. If you're looking at the heroes of BTK, surely they have reach, courtesy of this Matilda, this Ranger, as well as Eve, so many gap closures and so much long range damage. But at the same time, they're very squishy. The only tanky hero here for BTK is this Phobius, and having a mage like Lilia or maybe a Lunox is going to be perfect. And all the same, it's going to be the Amon. No dashes for the Amon, by the way. It's counted. The Conceal will be perfect versus the sustain type of heroes from BTK. And since they are very squishy at that, the combo from the Amon can destroy them.
Laphel, right now, as it stands, 5 picks already for both of the teams. Your thoughts?
Right now, since we are talking about marine life, Team BTK with the draft that they have, it looks like they're fish swimming upstream. It's not an easy thing for them to do. Right now, they're playing for comfort. I'm so sorry, but looking at this draft, Team EVOS SG looks like they have most of the ground covered, right? As of right now, they should...
And the water.
Yes, the water. Riverside, the lane side, the jungler side. What Team BTK have to do is actually looking at the Cho. If the Cho does well, then Team BTK, they have a very good chance of winning the game.
It's time to see whether they are able to execute that game plan here. It's a very good drafting phase. Let's enter the land of dawn for the matchup. BTK takes on the hometown boys, EVOS Singapore. Coming into this matchup, again, both of the teams is going to be really good in the early phases, but I feel like EVOS Singapore, well, you know, a little bit of a lead right there with the Beatrix in the mid lane. Insane clear.
I want to say they do have the advantage. Imagine this is Laphel and Beatrix, very good in the mid lane. This duo is very strong when it comes to like poking around, and look at the damage already they're dealing.
Absolutely, the damage comes in so much as Shark is forced to back away now with 2 members left only in that mid lane. Not going to be it for BTK. They're not going to be able to secure the Little Wanderer. It is actually going to be Potato taking it with the Retribution.
And to add to the fact that this mid lane duo is already very good when it comes to poking and harassing their opponents, if you put in the Bane, when he gets the level 4, that is a, pun intended, a deadly trio from the mid lane. So EVOS SG, they were known for like being, choking their opponents in the early stages. That is what we saw in the first game. Maybe they can do it once again. As I would say, when they get the first turtle, this is going to be a big snowball already for EVOS SG.
Yeah, we'll just have to see again how this plays out, because BTK, remember, they are a team that actually kind of, they kind of let their enemy get that early game stage. That early phase isn't that much of a big deal for BTK. They usually start rounding up in the mid stages of the game, but going against someone like EVOS Singapore, a team that really knows how to use that early game advantage to bring themselves, to pull themselves into that good mid-game stage as well. Let's see what happens. It's going to be Victor joining in. JPL forced to back away for now. Both teams just fighting for pressure all across the map, but it is going to be the Esmeralda cutting the waves up top to set up for the first turtle.
You can see that already BTK are calling everyone. They have ultimate on the Phobius, but again, the Esmeralda is available.
Oh, there you go. The damage comes in. Detonata does not connect onto JPL. Still able to run away, but it's going to be Gear chasing Mobazane. Forced to back away again. No kills on the board just yet. Every single member still managing to get out of the situation of the first turtle fight. But wait, Potato, yeah, everyone gets away with a sliver of health.
Yeah, and everybody activated their ultimate as well. Phobius, which we know. Knowing that EVOS SG doesn't have the majority of the dashes. Just can't top it.
Yeah, he got the setup right for that ultimate, but again, he didn't want to overcommit into that.
Yeah.
They didn't know what they were doing. Again, BTK, early stages right now, just play it chill. As long as we are able to reset and basically like push EVOS Singapore away from the objectives, we will be able to get that mid-game power spike, and it's going to be huge.
Yeah, right now I do... Oh, hold on. We can see in the middle. It might be a skirmish, but no. Right now I do want to contest the claim that Team BTK, they like to play in the backline, but look at Mobazane.
Mobazane gets picked up. That's your first blood by Razor. That was sharp, clean gameplay for the side of EVOS Singapore, waiting in the bush, knowing that Mobazane wants to go for that little wanderer, and instantly now EVOS Singapore with the initial kill.
Now, the thing is, Mobazane, he can play well in the late game. However, Granger is more of an early to mid-stages hero. Whereas EVOS SG, they have a lot of scaling heroes with the Beatrix, with the Potato on the Bane. They have a lot more going for them, going to the later stages of the game. So actually, BTK, they're the ones that have to pick up the pace. And this is why I say Victor is the one that we should look at. Because if Cho does well, if Cho can deal with the Beatrix, if Cho can deal with Adammir on this Amon, then they're gonna lack a little bit of damage, and maybe that's why, that's how Team BTK can actually win the game.
They've already traded sides right now. It is going to be EVOS Singapore slaying the first turtle presented to you by the Singapore Tourism Board, but that was really good from the side of EVOS Singapore. Not only did they just get, but look at who got the kill.
Yeah, it was definitely the jungler coming out from EVOS SG with level 7 at this point, having a little bit of lead by Mobazane. And this is not only because he was able to get the turtle. In fact, EVOS SG doing great using this Beatrix plus the Laphel combo to get some of the jungle creeps of BTK. You saw them take the Rock Ursa, and when you make these kind of disadvantages against your opponent's jungle, you give eventually the advantage to your jungler. It's like you're not directly giving the gold to your jungler, you're just increasing the deficit of the opposing jungle. So that jungler, so that they will have to reach for more when trying to at least catch up with your own jungler. It's very smart coming out from EVOS SG to come up with that.
Yeah, EVOS Singapore, again, the very just intelligent gameplay coming in from the Singaporean side. What they like to do is play not aggressive in the early game. Actually, it's going to be Adammir 1v1 against Victor. Almost gets picked off, but there you go. There's going to be the Darth Vader emote coming out as he backs away. Adammir, knowing that he's still in the bush, tries to zone him away from that minion. He will be able to chunk that turret really, really low, and that is great for the next turtle that is spawning in 30 seconds here. So far, 5 minutes into the game, with Adammir getting that one kill. Laphel is... We mentioned so many times about the snowballing potential of this hero.
Right now, EVOS SG, they've won it all. They've won the lanes. They win the Riverside. And right now, look at Gear. He has no problem cutting the lanes. JPL is caught out, but is this a death?
Is this going to be a death? The Detonata has been popped. Seilah forced to run away, forced to back away from that bush right now. EVOS Singapore, though, they have rotated. They have put their resources in the mid lane. BTK will do the same, and they will be able to get the prio in that mid lane right now.
Well, we can see that BTK are going to make a move on. This is really good. Look at the positioning from Victor as well as a Shark. And Mobazane, as much as he's not leading by a lot when it comes to the goal, at least they want to fight.
Yeah, real rotation has been popped. It's going to be JPL going in, and look at the follow from Gear. Able to go in and zone away, isolate the targets. It's going to be the turtle slain and a 1-4-0. Victor gets taken out.
Great idea from Victor, but unfortunately poor execution because he had no follow-up, and he wanted to stun and control the Bane while they're trying to go for the Retribution battle, but they still lost it because it wasn't synced perfectly well. And this is the big problem when you have the deadly catch from your opposing team. And now looking at EVOS SG, you see them again steal that Rock Ursa away from BTK. Jungle creeps being denied from the jungler of BTK means that more the deficit, I mean, between two junglers, the difference when it comes to their gold is just going to increase from this point on.
Oh, yeah, Victor. Oh, very moving forward. Adammir, though, using that invisibility, utilizing it really, really well to get out of that situation. Teams right now, it is still only 2 kills in the 7th minute of the game. EVOS just playing with their lead. A 2,000 gold lead. Seilah almost catching Shark in that bush. Matilda Roamer so far not able to get a very good impact in terms of the rotations here.
It's going to be very difficult for BTK. We're not really favoring their And at the same time, they're not having the great time in the early stages of the game where they should be flourishing. Maybe if they get a move up top, maybe something might change.
Yeah, BTK, they choose to rotate to the top side. Mobazane will just go for the gold buff, and nothing much comes out of it. EVOS Singapore, wait a minute though. Look at that. They're actually waiting in the bush, and Mobazane catches them off guard. They will be able to find that. EVOS Singapore are waiting for them, but that's enough. AP is going to and now Shark finds the first target, but there you go. Deadly catch as well to disengage, and 18 seconds to the third and final turtle here in the game. With one of the members down for EVOS Singapore, BTK, they're looking to push even more, and Victor goes in for Victor all the way, gets Seilah, but unfortunately doesn't get any follow-up from his team. BTK cutting away, it's going to be Gear taken very low. Potato joins in the fight, nothing, no gap closer. It is an immobile octopus.
Yeah, that's correct. But as immobile as he is, or maybe just slow, maybe not immobile, maybe just slow as compared to what he used to be. For example, if he has got the Matilda, it can be more tempo-based, but because of the fact that they're just really poking BTK out, the turtle is easily taken by EVOS SG, further increasing their lead by 4,000 gold in almost 9 minutes of game time. And this means that EVOS SG, they are on time. You can see that Seilah eventually will get his second item after the Blade of Despair, and that's going to be scary. You're going to see like the Gold Lane Amon together with this Matrix dealing so much damage from long distance. Imagine this, Seilah will just pop the ultimate, the Beerus Passion, and everybody will go low. Amon to finish it up, and Bane to just zone out the other members of BTK. I would say everything is going perfectly well for EVOS SG.
Perfectly well indeed. Again, they try to go for Adammir, but it's actually going to be Mobazane dashing to the wrong opponent, wrong side of the map, and he's going to get taken down. It's going to be Victor next. Oh! Seilah comes in with the snipe from downtown. That was nice.
Yeah, the Singaporean sniper over here. Team BTK, they're kind of doing what they were supposed to do. Victor is supposed to go very, very aggressive on Seilah. He already has the Blade of Heptasis and on the way going for the Blade of Despair. However, the rest of his team really has to step up because as of right now, Fwydchickn hasn't done much. We're going to look at a replay of what happened over here. And Mobazane, usually in this kind of situation, there will be times where he will be out of position trying to get that kill. Usually his team will be able to pick it up, but oh, look at that!
That was beautiful.
Snipe!
Oh my goodness,
beautiful.
That looked better the second time you saw it. My God, and Seilah, we're talking about this, and another one is looking for the target. Might hit Victor this time. Almost hitting it, but that's gonna hurt. I think
he missed it on purpose.
He missed it? Okay.
No, that was on purpose, yeah.
What was the strategy behind that miss?
The strategy is fear, inflicting fear. It's like, I want you to know that I am here, and if you try to kill me, the reverse, I'm gonna pull out the Uno reverse card.
Okay, Uno reverse card, but this is not looking good for BTK. Wolf. What do they... honestly, I have TikTok live Lord Cam already showing that Lord is spawning in, and EVOS Singapore, they have a huge lead right now. Shark will be able to open up that bush a little bit more, getting some vision, but as you can see, EVOS Singapore, they're playing with their lead really well, and Shark just missing out, not catching someone on that bush. It is going to be Gear taking him to half HP, and on the other side, welcome to Singapore, well, where Fwydchickn is served on a silver platter right now, with a 1-for-0. EVOS Singapore are gonna look for the Lord.
You can see the damage output of Amon, not even needing to execute whatsoever, and now they're fighting. They know that they have the advantage. No explainer for BTK means no playmaker.
Oh my God, Boy Simon on the 3 members in the combo. Wombo comes in. Zia gets taken down. The deadly catch to follow it up. Victor tries to run away, but it's gonna be Adammir on the backside. Taken down. A 3-4-0 as they bait BTK to go for the Lord fight.
Unfortunately for BTK, that's a very wrong decision on their part. They didn't have their Phobias, which means that majority of their team fight is not present, and EVOS SG took full advantage of that. They're not even taking the Lord now. They want to take down the turret in the mid lane because they know that they can press their advantage, knowing that BTK only has got 2 active heroes at this point.
Oh my lord, that was beautiful by EVOS Singapore. They know exactly what they need to do here. They have the gold lead. Why do we need to go for crazy fights? We'll just bait them, use the setup, and take them into an uncomfortable position. They need to be doing something desperately. We are just chilling. We'll wait for the objectives to come to us, and that's exactly what they did, waiting patiently for their time to strike.
Right now, STB should really sponsor Team EVOS Singapore because right now, EVOS, they're really showing the experience we casters have in Singapore. They're very clean.
Yep. Very I think their decision making is perfect. I want to say for EVOS SG, if they keep on, if other teams will be facing them, they have to always look for the early stages of the game for EVOS SG. And not only that, the drafting for EVOS SG in this particular game was perfect, to add to the fact that BTK might have wrong decisions in the drafting. For example, like picking up the Phobius even when the Esmeralda is already picked up by EVOS SG. And then pair it up even with the Matilda. I mean, if you're going to play the Esmeralda Gear, you're going to really have a good time. Almost everybody from BTK has got shields.
Enhanced Lord marching down. The shields won't matter that much anymore. It's going to be Gear just zoning away all the members. And deadly catch as well to finish off that inhibitor turret now. With all 3 lanes pushing in, they are going to go and zone BTK even more, even in their base. And this is the thing. BTK, they can't look for any re-engages. They can't look for anything at this point because EVOS Singapore, they're positioning themselves really well. And BTK, they cannot risk anything in their base. One pickoff is all EVOS needs to end it, man.
Oh, I wonder. They're just going to pop the deadly catch and not care at all about what BTK feels. And look at top lane already. There's Amon just pushing it out. 4-0 1 on Adammir. Anybody who shows himself into the top lane will meet the blades of Adammir. And that's exactly what is going to happen against Fwydchickn.
Absolutely, man. Death Sonata coming out again to get to relieve some pressure off of the base. But you can see how EVOS Singapore plays this, man. Look at the gold lead, almost 10,000. And at this point, Laphel, what do BTK need to do to get out of this hole?
I feel like it's already way past that, Mirko, because Mobazane, he has missed his power spike. He's supposed to be strong early in the game before he gets any items. Same with Zia on this Eve. He should be controlling the team fights, but as of right now, there is no team fight control. EVOS SG, they're just flexing right now because they have been doing everything right. Adammir, not even looking all that aggressive, but getting a lot of kills. And Gear, the KDA doesn't show it, but he has been putting so much pressure, especially thinking to the side, making sure that wherever BTK runs is the wrong decision.
Oh no, again, Victor tries to open up the map, but he's going to get caught out in the process right now. And EVOS Singapore, they are going to run wild, but as just so patient here in the game. They go for a kill, they pick it up, and instantly go back to setting up. Yeah. They don't force anything to happen. They wait for things to come to them, and so far, BTK has been serving them a very delicious dinner. And
that also meant that they're not dying as much. In fact, they have only died once, and that is on JPL, their support, their position 5, which means that really reaping the benefits of them being so careful around this particular game. They know as well that their game is much better than BTK anyways, so they're not really on the rush now for this particular game. And now we can see that with the 10,000 gold lead, they just keep on doing this, and BTK really wants to make a move but will not find anything from that play.
EVOS Singapore, they're literally capitalizing on every single mistake that BTK does. You see the positioning from JPL. You can see that they've done their homework just from there. The positioning, he waited in that bush, and he knows that previously perhaps BTK, they don't really check for bushes here, and that's the reason EVOS Singapore have been able to catches.
Oh, Potato just stealing away so much away from BTK. They have already taken out the purple buff. In fact, the double buff for Mobazane is not present. Now the orange buff will resume, but it kind of feels like EVOS SG knows this. Look at JPL.
Look at JPL. He is already trying to go in for a fight, but knowing that, you know, the Enhanced Lord is up. Let's not force anything. Let's not risk anything. We have the gold lead. We have the late game. We will force them to try to contest this with all 3 lanes pushing in. It is going to be the bottom side contested by BTK. But look at Adammir. Just such a nuisance here. Shark opens up the map, but is it too late? Another solo kill comes in for Adammir. And that is Victor taken off the board. Mobazane kiting away, trying to run back to his base, but the Enhanced Lord has been taken.
Now you can see that it is still true. Whoever faces the Amon up top, especially if they're alone, they're gonna melt from the Amon. That's the combo that we're seeing and the Purify being used. Now, EVOS SG, they only needed 4 members to take out the Lord, and they were able to do it so quickly. Now the bottom has been taken down. And what can you do if you're BTK? You're down 1 hero.
Oh my lord, look at Gear. He's playing it so disrespectfully, but look at that. It's gonna be actually Fwydchickn jumping to the backside. He's gonna get him down right before he can pop Demonic Force for a second time. Now an all-out fight breaks loose. Adammir tries to go for the burst, but the base is simply going to be targeted, and that's going to be the game for the whole.
Forward to it. I hope it comes by. Anyways, these teams, because the draft again, we do have to look at it because twice today, EVOS Singapore, they've won the draft.
Yep.
Once against See You Soon, and another one against BTK. Looks like EVOS, they have studied everyone, and they have been breaking codes over codes. Looking at the itemization over here, let's look at the Granger. This is the problem, 0, 3, and 2. The thing about Granger, why it was so good before, even at level 4, once he has his Death Sonata, he doesn't have any items yet, he already deals the damage because he has, based on his passive, some free crits. But when you scale up, Mobazane on his Granger will not be as strong as the Beatrix, where Beatrix have been performing very well throughout M3 with Blade of Despair, Demon Hunter Sword. I would say just Blade of Despair, that's it. That's GG. The damage from Renner we see is very strong. But by having this Demon Hunter Sword, the damage from Nibiru. Nibiru's passion is going to be a little bit too much for Team BTK to endure. The Cho heavily focused on damage, and I agree with what he's trying to do. It's just that trying to get close is going to be very difficult. Having Potato on this Bane, able to peel off for his team with the Deadly Catch, as well as we can see JPL, he himself fought off 4 people. 4 people attacked him at the same time. And as a Rafaela, he looks as tough, as tanky, as a Tigro, as a Boxia. It was not a problem, and this is the advantage that you can get when you get a 10,000 gold lead. And looking at the highlight after this, we can definitely see that not only did EVOS, they won the draft, they won the lane, they won everything. Speaking of winning, let's look at the most valuable player from the side of EVOS.